Hello, everybody. My name is Kobe Warner, and this is the KOBLIZZY podcast. I'm so happy to be back for another episode of shenanigans, of pop culture, of personal anecdotes, of gorgeous overhead. No, that's bad. Gorgeous up lighting. I don't know what you call it when it's up there, but not overhead, like up there. Just pretty light, you know. Gorgeous girls, gorgeous girls. Lime LaCroix. Paracord bracelets. I'm about to start selling these. Look out, look out. I'm about to start selling these. Look out if you want a bracelet made by koblizzy themselves. um, why am I already pandering and soliciting to you in the first 30 seconds of this podcast? I'm just so silly. A lot of people ask me what koblizzy means. And honestly, koblizzy is a religion. Koblizzy is a way of life. Koblizzy is a diet. Koblizzy is a breathing exercise. Koblizzy is a guided meditation. Koblizzy is a walk in the park. Koblizzy is making paracord bracelets. Koblizzy is drinking Lime LaCroix. Koblizzy's taking their vitamins. Koblizzy's moisturized. Koblizzy's bothered, in their lane, thriving. And Koblizzy's also me. So yeah, I hope that gives you an accurate definition of who I am and what I am. And without further ado, let's get into the song of the week. Lots of crazy things to discuss today. If you've been on the internet, you might know what I'm talking about. So Megan Thee Stallion put out a song called Hiss, and that is my song of the week. Hiss by Megan Thee Stallion. I love it. There's a couple of things about it that really stick out to me. It has no hook. She made a rap song that is just bar after bar after bar with no hook. And it's incredibly catchy, incredibly entertaining. And I didn't even notice, actually, there was no hook until I saw somebody online point it out. And I've made a song with my song, do I have a song with no hook? Well, Jupiter has a hook. I kind of write songs sometimes and ignore song structure. I don't know if I have a song that's completely absent of a hook yet, but I've definitely written some where they're just kind of like a stream of consciousness flowing on situation, and I love that vibe, and it's just interesting. And also, I thought it was funny when Megan Thee Stallion announced a song and it was called Hiss. Obviously, the last one was called Cobra, her first single from her upcoming project. And I'm like, okay, we're following the snake motif. That's interesting. I love thought out theme, so I'm cool with that. Let's go with the snake. So Hiss. I thought it was gonna be like hiss, bitch. I'm coming for you, bitch. You better watch it. Like I don't know. Like I'm just thinking hiss, and it's funny. She actually never said hiss. I love it. I love that. I love a misdirect. I think Hiss was a great track. Hiss is a great track, and Megan Thee Stallion really did a great job. And I mean, she was kind of coming after a couple of people, obviously not, she didn't say anybody's names. She was coming after some people, alluding to that. And some people, if you have context clues or use context clues, have context of the situation, you maybe can figure out what's the tea, what's happening, honeybee. But, oh, goodness. She referenced a law Megan did in the state of California, that regards a sex offender registry that is made public to people, as far as I believe from the Google searching that I did about Megan's law. And her specific bar, these hoes ain't mad at Megan, these hoes mad at Megan's law, upset certain legendary rappers in the game. And first and foremost, I love Megan Thee Stallion. I also love Cardi B. I love Nicki Minaj. I like Lotto. I like Doechii. I like Flo Milli, I like, really all kinds of rappers. So I usually don't regard who has problems with who, because I don't really, I am chronically online to a degree. I am of the online era. I am a social media user, social media person. And I read, I read. I definitely know what happens and I know what people are saying, but I don't like to regard myself as a stan of anybody but Beyonce. I love a lot of people, but the only person I would put it down on the line for is Beyonce. I'm serious. Beyonce, there truly is nothing you can say about Beyonce to me that I will agree with if it's not positive. Not a thing. Not a thing. Not a thing. Maybe a couple. No, not a thing. I love Beyonce like that, but it's not. I mean, you can watch Swarm. It's funny because it's a show on Amazon Prime that's spoofing Beyonce fans. But I don't know if Beyonce fans are the best example of fans. Like anyway, um, anyway, I certain legendary artists were very upset by Megan's song, and I don't think the one that's been on 72-hour tirade on the internet is the only person that's upset. I think certain legendary Aubrey might be a little upset about certain BBL bars. I think there are a couple people who maybe or maybe will feel slighted about the song, and Aubrey's known to fire back and beef with women in music. So I'm sure we'll be hearing about that soon enough. But right now we're listening to the Queen be very kind of not just. I mean, this isn't beef. It's just it feels like bully, especially when Megan isn't saying anything, and that's why I'm kind of trying to take a page out of Megan's book and tiptoe. And maybe she's not tiptoeing, but I just don't really want to say too much because I'm like, Megan's not giving it any attention. Why should I? And I really wasn't going to say anything about the beef at all. And I was just going to say, Hiss is the song of the week and keep it pushing. But I, I feel like when we're talking about deceased parents and deceased relatives on social media in front of God and everybody to see, it's one thing if you say something crazy like that behind closed doors. But when you're saying that for God and everybody to see, and Megan got on the Breakfast Club and says she doesn't even have social media on her phone, so she's not even reading this directly. Somebody might be letting her know you're saying things like this. But I think putting out a song entitled Bigfoot, and after listening to the song, I just think that's what made me want to say, like, I feel like that's a lot, and I feel like queens don't need to have this much correspondence about something that is truly below them if they're the queen. If you're the queen, I do not understand being on Instagram Live for hours and hours and hours talking about you lied on your dead mama, lied on your dead mama, you lied dead mama, lied on your dead mama. I just feel like that's a little, I would say childish, but I just don't even know if that's heinous. Especially when that person has been very public about how their parents' deceased nature has affected them terribly. And I actually had never, I knew Megan's mom had passed away, obviously, because she talks about her in music, but I had never seen anything about her mom. Like I said, I love her, but I don't know everything about her. So I saw this video that I'd never seen before the other day of her and her mom in the studio when she was recording a song called Reeler, which is from a project that's called Reeler, one of her first EPs that I was aware of. I don't know if that was her first, but it was one of the first ones I knew about in high school. And 2018, I think, maybe 2017, 2018. I don't know when her mom passed, but just watching her mom be in the studio with her, I didn't know her mom was a rapper, Hollywood. And so I'm just like, wow. I can't imagine losing my parents, and I know everybody has to go through it, but it's sad to watch, somebody use that as a leverage to come for someone. Also, do you think Megan had bullet fragments in her foot or not? Because first it was she lied about having the bullet fragments in her foot, and she didn't. That's not true. That never happened. And now she only has one good foot. Get up on your good foot. So which is it? Maybe that's all I'm gonna say about that. I hope the who don't come for me, even though I'm sure they might. I've always really, really loved the Queen. And I've always regarded her very highly. I think she is one of the most talented writers and rap artists that has ever lived, that I've ever been aware of. I think she is incredible, and I don't think there is any denying her talent. But I think when you reduce your legacy to beef with somebody who debuted 5 years ago over what exactly? Over a hit? Over something else, over something we don't know about, over anything really, to reduce your legacy. Somebody who just debuted a couple of years. Why? What is it about Megan? Megan's kind of a new art. 6 years ago, when did she debut? I'm like, Megan's kind of new, and Nicki's been around for a very long time, and she is the queen. So I just feel like I'm kind of at a loss with this. I just feel like it's taking it to great lengths. So I watched a movie at the AMC this past week called Miller's Girl. Oh, by the way, stream Hiss. I literally have been streaming Hiss. I bought Hiss on iTunes, the explicit version, and then I went and bought the clean version too. Just I'm like, please, let's get this song number one. My God. I watched Miller's Girl at AMC the other day, and I really enjoyed the movie. And when I said the other day, I meant literally last night. I went there yesterday evening. And it had Jenna Ortega in it. And I actually don't know who the guy... I was about to say, where's my phone? And then I pushed it on the ground. It had Jenna Ortega in it, and I'm going to look it up right now. I don't know who played Mr. Miller, but this movie was about... The trailer, I'm not going to tell you any more than the trailer shows you. This movie is about a girl named Cairo Sweet, played by Jenna Ortega, and Jonathan Miller, Mr. Miller, who was played by Martin Freeman. And Mr. Miller was a teacher at a high school in a rural town in a southern state, Tennessee, Tennessee. And there was a promiscuous situation between Cairo Sweet and Mr. Miller. And you can watch the trailer, and that's what it's about. And Miss Miller's Girl. It was a good movie. It was a very good movie. Very, very good movie. It's only about an hour and a half. I love a movie that's not long. I have a short attention span. Unfortunately, I'm affected by the TikTok attention span epidemic that everybody else is also affected by. An hour and a half is good on me. If it's 2 hours, I'd like to watch it at home because I'd like to pause it. Sometimes I get a little bit restless around you. I think the song is, I get a little bit stressed out when I think about you. I get a little excited. I'm singing Shawn Mendes. Baby, when I think about you, girl, I get a little bit nervous, I'm like, Shawn Mendes? What makes me think of that? That song was like from a really long time ago. It's so funny to me. So what am I talking about next? I loved Miller's Girl. I saw that at the AMC. Me and my parents watched a show on Apple TV the other day. It was 7 episodes, about an hour a piece, like 45 to an hour a piece, called Hijacked. I think it's called Hijack. Let me look at it. It's Idris Elba. It's on Apple TV. I said that. Yeah, it's Hijack. It's a 7-episode first season thriller miniseries created by George Kay and Jim Field Smith, starring Idris Elba. It premiered the summer of 23 on Apple TV. My parents and I just watched it. If you like thriller shows, like I don't really watch stuff like that. It's about a plane getting hijacked. It's called Hijack. I don't watch stuff like that ordinarily. That's horrifying. Like that's too real for me. I like scary movies because they're like not that real. Like a thriller thing, stuff that can really happen. I'm like, hello, like why do we want to watch this? But my dad loves stuff like that, so I have to compromise. But I thought he would like that show, and it actually was very good. It was very well done, very well made, and it had a happy ending, so that's always good. But I feel like those shows always do. Like you can't. Well, not always. Some crazy movies have it, but I feel like they never give movies a bad end. They just know people would be so dissatisfied if something horrible happened at the end of everything. And so it either has to be a good ending or a bittersweet ending. It can never be terrible. If it's terrible, people riot every single time. Every single time. Hijack was good. I'm not going to spoil it. You should watch. I'm not going to say anything, but I feel like also I didn't say anything more than they say in the trailer. I don't like to spoil things that I think you should watch or that haven't been out for like that long. Next thing I'm going to talk about is Griselda. I just started it, so don't worry. If I hit the mic and it made a crazy noise, so sorry. I don't have headphones in. As you can see, I did a sound check and I'm wishing on a star that was good enough. I did not want to mess up my hair. There's too much hairspray in this situation. I was going to try to pull it up, but it shakes the camera, so I'm just going to trust everything's okay. Griselda, I've watched the first 3 episodes with my parents, not the first 2. The first 3 episodes, and that's half of it. There's only 6. And Sofia Vergara, I can't roll my R's, and so I can't really say her name right, and so I'm sorry that bothers me, but I don't have that R rolling thing. I don't have it. Sofia Vergara, but that's not how you say the R. She is a badass. Like, obviously, she was hilarious on Modern Family, and she acted the hell out of Gloria Pritchett for as long as she could, all 11 years of it. But her dramatic acting is really incredible. It's she's really great. I hope people see now that she can play anything and they give her a bunch of roles. She's truly I think one of my favorite celebrities ever. I used to watch her on the Ellen Show like all the time when she would go on for Modern Family when it was in when it was in syndication many years ago, like early on in the early 2010s when I used to watch Ellen like every day. I'd get out of school at like 2:45. Or like 3:00 middle school, 3:15 maybe, and I'd come home. Ellen came on at 4:00 Eastern, and so I'd watch Ellen at 4, and Sofia Vergara would be on all the time, and so I just loved watching that. I just remember it well, fondly, and I really think she's incredible in Griselda, and I haven't finished it yet. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's the true story of a drug lord who was a woman named Griselda Blanco, who came to prominence in the late 70s and into the 80s. And that's all I know because I haven't finished the show yet. So I'm still watching Dance Moms, and I am really enjoying my Dance Moms rewatch. The very first time I watched Dance Moms, the only time I watched Dance Moms was in middle school. I think it's one of the first shows I like binged all the way through. And at that time, in 2016, they probably would have had like 5 or 6 seasons. Probably 5, 6 seasons. Yeah, I think that'd be accurate. And I watched it. I remember watching it on my iPod Touch, and I logged into the Lifetime app on with our like Comcast or our cable. Back when we had cable, whatever we had at the time, I would log into the Lifetime app through the cable, and then I could watch it on my iPod Touch 5 or whatever. And so I'd be watching, Dance Moms like this. Anyway, so that's the only time I've ever watched it. So during this rewatch, obviously, I don't remember most of it. I remember some key moments, and I've also seen some key moments like on TikTok or memes or whatever that you see over and over again. Speaking of that, I just got to the episode, season 4, episode 9, where Kelly leaves once and for all because her and Abby get in that thing where she's like doing this in Abby's face, and then Abby's like trying to eat her finger, and then because Abby tries to eat her finger, Kelly like hits her, and then she grabs her hair and pulls her hair, and then Holly's like, girls, out of the room now. I'm serious, girls, out of the room now. Girls, out of the room, girls, out of the room. And everyone's like, and Abby's like, call the police. And then she goes on the phone. She's like, yeah, I was just physically assaulted. And she's like, yeah, it's by a white woman. She's like, so tall. And she has this really cute, trendy haircut, like cool and trendy haircut. It's like long in the front and short in the back. Like that cool and trendy haircut. Like it's the most memeiest meme of all time. But I stopped there. I haven't moved on to episode 10 yet because I know that Kelly's really never coming back now. And so, yeah, that's really sad. But I love Dance Moms. I've been watching through it. Like, honestly, I'm on season 4, and I've only been watching it for like 3 weeks. Like, when you watch stuff like a couple episodes a night, you really work through it. You really work through it quick. So what else is going on? I was going to talk about some music. Oh, I've been making these bracelets. I talked about those a minute ago. So I'm going to sell them in 3 sizes. These are the smalls. I'm going to do my first launch. I'm going to make like 24 of each. So clearly I need to make more smalls. I have 1, 2. If you're watching the video, you know what I'm talking about, obviously. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 smalls, and I need 24. So I have to make 13. 15 more. It's the way I can't do math. I have to make 15 more of these to have 24. And then these are the largest. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these. So I have to make 16 more of these. So 15 smalls and 16 larges to catch up. But I'm done with my mediums. I have like more than 24 of these. And medium is my size, which is why I have so many. I always make them to fit me. So I'm already good on mediums. I just have to catch up on the other. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 mediums. So I'll go through these because these are the ones that fit me. Like I said, for frame of reference, I'm a medium. That's about a 6.5 inch bracelet. The smalls are about 5.5 inches. This measurement is of the paracord. The clip adds about another inch. So the small bracelet is about 5.5 inches of paracord with about an inch clip. The medium is about 6.5 inches of paracord with an inch clip, and the large is about 7.5 inches of paracord with a with a 1 inch clip. If I kept saying large clip, I meant 1 inch. So this is one I made yesterday. It's neon green and black. Super cute and super my size. Because I made this one my size because I wanted to be able to try it on. I'm like, it is so cute. I'm definitely going to make me one of these to match. But this one is for sale. These are all going to be sale for $13. That includes shipping in the United States. I'll be selling these in the United States, $13 a pop. That includes the shipping. So this is a neon green one. I haven't launched it yet. I think I'm just going to do it through like Venmo and like Cash App. So I set up like an email where you can, or like a Google form maybe, where you can put your information and then I'll mail it to you and send you confirmation. What's cool about these is that they're purple in the middle and then gray on the inside. Like it's reversible. Isn't that fire? And then this one, of course, they're all reversible. Obviously, that's how it works. Green and black. So that's one side you wear and then the inside is the opposite. So I'm not taking any custom orders for this first drop. I might take some custom orders soon. Very, very soon. But for now, I'm just going to sell the stock that I have been making the past few weeks. I'm going to have about 24 of each size, small, medium, and large. These will fit almost everybody, kids and adults alike. And, I already showed you. I just showed you the same one again. Let me show you some new ones. This one's black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. These are so cute. I've been making a lot of these on TikTok Live, taking color combination suggestions from the people in the comments. So you can follow me at koblizzy over on TikTok if you want to get into some of that. But yeah, I have tons of different kinds, tons and tons. This is one of my favorites right here. This double green, it's Kelly green and neon green. Super cute. This is my penultimate. I don't know what that means actually. This is my most favorite. Neon orange, neon yellow. It is so bright you almost can't look at it. This one's super cute. It's neon green and baby pink. Neon green and light pink maybe is the color. One of those. So yeah, there's all of these as well. Like I said, small, medium, and large, made to fit almost anybody. This double black one is so cute. I made one of those in large as well. A couple of them will have color repeats, but the colors are, just what it's going to be. I'll post pictures. Might make a video. I'll show you guys. But yeah, probably going to be $13 a pop, including shipping. And I'm so excited to sell them to everybody in the United States that wants one. So that is what is going on with those bracelets. That is what is going on TikTok. Now I'm going to talk about my TikTok specifically. Now I'm going to talk about some music. Let's talk about the music. On my currently playlist that I've been listening to, let's see some songs I haven't talked about. Oh my God. So John Baptiste, I love John Baptiste. John Baptiste, how many times can I say his name? Take a shot. I discovered him for the first time on the 2022 Grammys when he performed Freedom at the Grammys. Like, I will say the most redundant phrases I've ever heard someone say, and they're coming out of my mouth. So when he performed this, it really was, he has a certain charisma that just cannot be mistaken, cannot be taught, and cannot be replicated. He is one of a kind. He is the one and only John Baptiste. I love him. I love his wife, Suleika. He is in the new Color Purple movie in a supporting role. He did a lot of the music for that movie, did a lot of music for Soul, which is a movie that I talked about last week. After I talked about that movie in the podcast last week, the animated Disney film Soul that came out in 2020 and is now having a 2023 theatrical release. Call me Trisha Paytas. That movie, he did the music for it, and I didn't know that. And he's one of the people that did the music. The guys from Nine Inch Nails did the rest of it, which is also kind of crazy. But I had no idea that John was a part of the jazz part of that score for Soul, and I loved that movie so much, and I loved the music. I was like, oh my God, this music is beautiful. And of course, John Baptiste. He won 4 Grammys and an Oscar in 2022 or 2000 in the past couple of years. And he is nominated for a bunch of new Grammys for his new movie. Yes, nominated for a bunch of Grammys for his new movie, for his new album, World Music Radio. And it's a complete genre shift, and it itself is many different genres. A Meredith from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Rumors and nastiness. It itself is many different genres. John's new album, World Music Radio, is the title. Um, I'm crazy as hell. My favorite songs are Uneasy featuring Lil Wayne. Oh, I can't play it like, I don't want to get copywritten. One time I played like half of the intro of the SZA album SOS, and they copy strict me to doo doo. Uneasy featuring Lil Wayne. Call now 504-305-8269 is a fire song. That's the phone number. It has a whole phone number. Master Power, Bop. Butterfly, I love it. It's beautiful. Calling Your Name, Drink Water. Be Who You Are. Rain Dance is my favorite. Rain Dance is my favorite. If Hiss hadn't have come out, Rain Dance would have been the song of the week. But baby, we got to support MTS. It's funny, I've actually been working on this new song that I've referenced. I have a Cardi reference in A Bad Bitch. I have a Nicki Minaj reference in Jupiter. And so I was like, let me reference Megan Thee Stallion. So one of these new songs that I'm working on that's going to come out soon has a Megan Thee Stallion reference. And it's more appropriate than ever. I'm so happy I put that in there. I love Meg, and that's why I made Hiss the song of the week. It's also a bop. I'm very excited. I told you I bought it on iTunes twice, clean and explicit. Like, I'm finna listen to the clean version. LOL. I deleted it. I just bought it because I really want her to go number one. I really, really do. It's only 69 cents. If you really like Megan, maybe you should do it too. I'm just saying. Not trying to peer pressure you or anything, but you got 74 cents with tax. Go to iTunes. Yes, so John's new album, World Music Radio, is fire. He also has a documentary on Netflix out that I have not seen yet, but I'm super excited to watch it with my mom. She loves him too, so we're definitely going to watch it. In the show Hijack, there was this song that I got from Shazam from the show called When Will I See You Again by the 3 Degrees, and that was really beautiful. I really, 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 really loved that one. I've been listening a lot to These Lips by Jessie Ware. My friend Bella showed me a song from Roma. I've never seen Roma, the movie, so I didn't know the song When I Was Older by Billie Eilish, but it's very much not new. But I've been listening to that a lot. I've been listening to that a lot. I always see TikToks about people who mess up words and then they like make fun of themselves for like 30 seconds afterwards. And I try not to be that person, but why do I fumble over my words so much? As somebody who knows how to articulate, as somebody who took the classes that knows how to speak elocution, why can't I just talk? Why can't I just speak? To speak or not to speak. Oh my God, speaking of that, I'm so ADHD, but there's this one scene, if you've seen Call Me By Your Name, when they're reading the book, that his mom's like actively translating it as she's reading it. And it's about the prince, and he's in love with the princess, and he asks, is it better to speak or to die? And she says to speak, and then he doesn't speak. And then he goes and he talks to Oliver about, sorry, I just watched that movie recently, and I like been rereading the book, listening to the audiobook, and it just kind of makes me like, I don't know if I'll ever find love, but I love to read a good love story or like watch one. I don't know why. Like, I don't even know if I want to be in love. I don't even think the idea of being in love is appealing to me. And this is not therapy, but I'm just like, I don't know why I love stories I don't know why I love love stories so much to not be a person that like actively looks for that. You know what I mean? Just saying. Anyway, this podcast is all over the place. What other songs have I been listening? Lose Control, Teddy Swims. I feel like everybody's getting into Teddy Swims recently. Me too. He's fire. He's fire. He's fire. I sound like Trisha. That's what I said the first time. He's fire. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's any other songs on that playlist that I have not already talked about for real. Like, what else? I've been listening to a lot of Renee Rapp. I've been stuck on Renee Rapp. I love her. And to be honest, I'm not a huge Tate McRae fan, but I like the Greedy song. The Greedy song that's on the chart. I like the Greedy song. I like pop music. I'm not really that kind of a pop music type of person. Oh, so Sweeter by the Cannons. I don't know who the Cannons is, and I don't know this album Heartbeat Highway, and I actually don't even know when this got in my library for real. But when I was getting ready to film this podcast, the song called Sweeter by the Cannons came on, and it's fire. It was fire. I don't even like know what that song is for real, dead ass, but it was really beautiful. I don't know when I added it. I'm like, it's really good. I do that. Sometimes I'll just add songs. Also, by the way, you guys, if you want to follow me over on Instagram, I just had some pictures come out with Blake Ballard. I love him. He's such a beautiful photographer, and I just did some updates with him. I shot with him in 2022 when I first signed with my agent in Atlanta, and I updated with him, and my new pictures are gorgeous. So if you want to go to my Instagram, you can see those updates. I also put them on my website, koblizzy.com. I'm still actively working on my website. It's a work in progress. So I haven't like really launched it yet. But of course, you can always find all of my links and all the places and all my things on my link tree. That's linktr.ee/koblizzy. Koblizzy.com, of course, my official website is still a work in progress, like I said, so everything is still on Linktree. It will be the trusty, dusty, reliable there till the end of time Linktree. Don't worry about that Linktree; it's not going anywhere. And what else should I tell you about? I think maybe that might be it. Again, look out for these paracord bracelets. I'm gonna start selling them. I'm gonna have a drop. I know that's kind of silly, but I was like, oh, why not? You know, just it's fun. I have so many. I make them all the time for apparently. Have you seen that kid on Ellen from years ago, like a decade ago? Apparently I went to the apparently so stupid. That is so funny. That kid was hilarious. Just so he just said apparently over and over again. Like I feel like did his parents just say apparently 100 times, or did he just do that? Anyway, look out for these bracelets. I just thought I make them all the time. Why not, get rid of some? Why not get rid of some? They're so cute. I feel like people might want them. So I realized that I've been making them in different sizes by accident, and I kept going with that, and I'm running with it, and I'll have a drop of about 72. Very, very soon. Maybe sometime this week. So follow me on socials, Instagram at koblizzy, TikTok at koblizzy. I have a Twitter at koblizzy. You can follow me over there. I don't use that so much, but I might get back into it soon. I don't have the app on my phone anymore, but I do have like the app on my, like the desktop app on my computer. Because, just stay logged into my account. I don't have it on my phone though. It's just so toxic, but I did get on there to see what the stands were saying about everything that's been happening online, and OMG. They are just as loud and opinionated as I expected. I'm telling you, Twitter is a scary place. Them people are crazy over there. They're very opinionated, and they're like stands, so they're like ride or die about what they're saying. But that's not what this is about. This is why I stand my unproblematic mother. All hail Beyonce. Ooh, there was dust in that. Did you see that? You watched the video. Ew. There's dust. Anyway, thank you, Jody. Miss Jody. Damn. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Jody, for this candle. She gave this to me years ago at her house. And I've dragged this from Boston to Atlanta to Brunswick and St. Simons, all over the place. But anyway, my unproblematic mother and Beyonce We Trust. And in Say Noir, we smell. Oh my God. Every time I put that on, it's like a full body, you know what. So that was this episode of Koblizzy, episode 54. Thank you so much for being here. You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Koblizzy. Twitter, if you want to. YouTube, please subscribe at Koblizzy. If you're already watching the podcast, that's easy. Go ahead and like it. Give me a subscription. If you're listening somewhere else or watching on Spotify, baby, go over to youtube.com/Koblizzy and give me a subscribe. I post vlogs now. Sometimes I sit down and like set the camera up and talk, and it's not a podcast. So like, trying new things. I sing too. I also make original music. You can listen to my new songs, Honest and Games. You can listen to my EP Aftermath that came out in 2022. Or you can listen to Bad Bitch, my best song, maybe. That's a crazy thing to say. One of my really good songs that came out in 2021. It's kind of my anthem. Or my first song, my first solo song, Hometown, came out in 2020. Or 2021 too. Also, as well, Don't Waste My Time, featuring Loki Luke, 2020. That was my whole discography. You can listen to all of those songs, and you can find all the links on linktr.ee/Koblizzy. That's linktr.ee/Koblizzy. That's my link tree. Koblizzy.com is still a work in progress. Construction. Just like Atlanta, they always working on the roads. Longest outro ever. Like, what else am I even going to say? That was everything. Like I said, in Beyonce We Trust. I'll see you next time.